All right. Let's see if I'm live here. Double check. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth live on Starship Adventures. Still getting things ready here. I need about 2 minutes to finish getting the studio ready. I just got home. I got the screens up. I'm running a little late tonight. I had a few errands to run on the way home. So I'm going to leave it live while I spin around and take care of about 10 different buttons. And then we're going to start tonight's episode of the Sights and Sounds of Earth. And tonight there's a lot going on. We're going to be talking about all kinds of different stuff going on. And weather. We're going to talk about upcoming events. We're going to talk about this Saturday. I got a lot of information on this Saturday, including 80 right now, 80 different locations in Florida where these No Kings protests are supposed to take place, and this is a very red state. So I'm a little concerned that it's gonna go crazy and it's gonna go south, and so we're gonna have some very special coverage here on Starship Adventures on multiple channels, multiple streams, and I'm going to talk about the coverage plan tonight, as well as how I'm going to do it and what I'm going to do, and we'll get into all that kind of stuff. But I do need a few minutes. Let's let people filter in. Let me get the chat room up. It takes a few minutes for all these gears to turn here. I'm also, I'll tell you another reason why I'm very late tonight getting started. I don't know. No, she went back there. The cat I've been missing for 5 days wandered up today. All very thin, very sick. Has a bad sinus infection. It's all in the eye. But she's alive. She's here. I kind of was writing her off because 5 days is a long time to not see her. And she is a feral cat that I slowly coaxed into becoming one of my favorite cats. I mean, she comes in here and hangs out with me all the time. We helped her with 2 of her kittens, and the bond between her and I grew, and she went from a totally feral cat to a cat that face screws me all the time. It's like crazy. It's like something out of an X-rated film or something. I'm like, would you stop? So that's pretty good when you can take a cat that's completely feral and turn it into something like that. So, but that's her. That's Mama Bleep. She's still here. She's still kicking. She'll come through in a few. She's walking about every hour. She's got 2 or 3 kinds of food over there. She's got water, and I'm hoping to nurse her back to health. Or if I can't get her to eat and drink anymore, and she keeps getting worse, I'll take her and humanely put her down like I do all my animals, because I believe in ethical euthanasia. I love to nothing more than to make the last memory of my cat me putting it out of its misery. I know that sounds terrible. I hold my cats while it's going on. I hold them. I look them in the eye. It's not like the Klingons. I don't go, ah! But anyway, you know what I mean. But no, I hold my cats and I look them in the eye as they're dying. That to me is the last thing I can do. And so anyway, hopefully we won't have to worry about that with her. She's here. We're going to let it go for a little while and see how she does. Give me just a minute. I need 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. This is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, and we're about to kick off the show. Hey, Mama, I was just talking about you. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's a little better. That looks a little more normal for what I do here. All right. I hadn't even got all the lights turned on. I mean, that's the crazy thing. I came in and immediately just started hanging out with Mama. She's back there. She's back behind the chair back there. She'll come around. She's been walking all around. She don't look very good, but she's coming around. Yeah. Yes. AKA, thank you very much. Yeah, welcome aboard. And Victor and Jingle and Junior, thank you everybody for being here. Yeah, we have a very interesting format here. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it works. I think you guys are going to find this coming Saturday to be very interesting because I'm going to do that much more of what I do here. Since I'm not going to be talking the whole time, I will be doing a lot of talking, but I'm going to give you guys news rundowns every 30 minutes. I'm going to start broadcasting probably around noon Eastern, maybe earlier. There's shit here starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I may go on. I'm going to get up really early on Saturday and come out here, and I've got about 2 hours worth of things to get going before I can go live on here. So I'm going to probably get up. I'm going to probably set the alarm, get up around 6. And then by 8 or 9 o'clock, I may be going live, and I'm going to stay live for 12 hours, and then we'll recycle and we'll go back live again, and we'll stay live as long as we have to. Deplorable. The iguana tracker. That's messed up. Anyway, so that's the coverage plan for this weekend. No, is a 3i Atlas? No, they're not saying anything. It went by Mars. We were supposed to get all these great pictures, and no one's really talking about it. Nah, I don't know. The less they talk about it now, the more suspicious I get. Just so you know. I will cover that. I don't know about tonight, but I will cover that some more. We also have a comet that's going to be naked to the visible eye in the evenings. And we're going to be talking about that. It's Comet Lemon. And we're going to be talking about that later tonight, too, because that's a naked eye situation there. Ooh, no thanks. Hey, the Spry Geezer. Thank you for being here. I'm hardly spry anymore, and I'm just now applying for my geezer license. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's behind the sun now. It's going away from us. I mean, it's done. It came really close to 3 of our planets, but it did not come close to Earth. So it's one of those things. All right, a real quick news rundown. Still no word yet on exactly what happened last night with the YouTube shutdown. It didn't last long, and they got it back up again. I'm just hoping it was a server problem. I'm sure all they had to do was go unplug it and plug it back in, and that's probably what they did. Maybe a reboot. Anyway, power grid stress warnings issued in parts of the U.S. amid extreme demand and aging infrastructure. As you guys know, some states like Florida and Texas do really good with infrastructure. Some states like California, when they tax that system too hard, it starts brush fires all over the place. But even Texas has seen some outages. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the No Kings. Trust me, we're going to be talking a lot about that tonight. I've already got the graphics done. I did some really cool, fun graphics for the thumbnails for that day. And so that's going to be really cool. Yeah, when in doubt, just reboot it out. That's just the way it is. Anyway, but the power grid is under a lot of stress. I don't know why we're coming out of summer, but they say it is, and there it is, and that's what's up. More home appliance recalls. Scientists report alarming decline in pollinator bee populations across multiple states. They do this all the time. This is a typical, oh my God, we're all going to die story. Without our pollinators, we won't have any more fruits and vegetables. Truth is, guys, the numbers of bees go up and down wildly. It's part of the cycle. Am I not saying that there's something weird going on? Well, sure, we got to research it and see. But I have a funny feeling that all that's wrong here, they did this a while back, about 15 years ago. We were all going to die because we had no pollinators left. And then the bees surged back, and it's everything on this planet. They're big cycles, and they all the cogs in the wheels fit in with each other. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of important that way. And I think that sometimes we don't understand the cycles. You know, we try to understand things like El Nino and La Nina, and we try to understand things like the 11-year solar cycle, and we try to understand all these different cycles that have to do with hurricane season and tornado season. And, you know, is this going to be a bad year for Wichita, Kansas, in the spring? It's one of those things where we have no idea. And anyway, so the point is I don't really sweat when they come on and say, oh my God, this is happening. Because remember, the ozone layer, the hole in the ozone layer was going to kill us. Global warming was going to kill us. And now the ice caps are all growing back again. And if you remember, acid rain was going to kill us all. Overpopulation was going to kill us all. Feast and famine, the whole thing, the peak oil. Listen, I'm telling you guys something. We've been going to die for a long time. Hey, Car, how you doing tonight? Thank you for coming in. And Canna Club, thank you for coming in. Red, thank you for coming in. And Nico, thank you for coming in. Had a dog named Nico, my favorite dog ever. And yep, that's what starts the brush fires. That's correct. That the brush fires, take it from a retired fire chief, which I am. These brush fires, they know they're going to start. They even shut down the power grid on some days during peak when the winds are really bad to prevent fires from starting. But it's aging infrastructure. It is what it is. It can be fixed. It will be fixed, I guess. I don't know. California's in a lot of debt. There's a lot of problems out there. That state's grinding to a halt, unfortunately. What is the most beautiful state and was the most prosperous state, and it's just kind of going to shit in a handbasket right now. Hey Chad, how's it going? Tommy not live. Yeah, I haven't seen him either. I'm looking. This is what I have, guys. I got some different slips up there of the uprights that are coming in. And I think we've got the guy with the camera there. He's MAGA. I don't know if we can hear him. Let me see if I can hear him.
Everything that they do. God bless America.
Okay, yeah.
You should get deported to wherever you came from.
He's MAGA.
She looked all fucking upset when I say God bless America, and she's definitely not American.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about this weekend, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about for this weekend. We are going to see a lot of clashes between groups. They're bringing out big Charlie Kirk murals that they're putting up. It's amazing. And they're walking with crosses and flags. And I know the leftists are going to attack the shit out of them. The leftists are supposed to all have lasers that they're supposed to point at the choppers. The cops have quit using choppers. The media's quit using choppers because they're all afraid they're going to go down. Who would shoot a laser at a chopper that's over your head? Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of origins. I agree with you on that. I'm not, and they weren't all power grid. They just arrested the guy that started one of the biggest ones. But there was a bunch that did get started from the power grid. But no, the power grid's not the only thing starting fires out there. They've got people mowing grass. They got catalytic converters. Just all the same things we have here starting fires. And then, of course, a firebug, which they just arrested. Yeah. Yeah, that's who shoots at a chopper that's right over their head. Someone that's not too bright. I always wonder when I watch these movies and the chopper's coming right at them and they've got the 50 cal and they're shooting at that chopper. The chopper's heading right for them. and they're trying to disable the chopper. Now, in reality, that's not a damn good idea. Because if the chopper were to not be able to pull up at the last minute, then it would crash into you. So, I don't know what's going on in New York City. You guys let me know. I did some quick searches through the news before I got started, but I did just come off another broadcast, and I don't know. There you go, Rambo. That'll work. Yeah, and we just had the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk, which will be his birthday will forever be a National Day of Remembrance for that man, and all the great work that he did. And now a lot of what's going to happen, I think, on Saturday is going to be. We may even see equal numbers. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on. We've got the strangest things planned here. There's a group of rich liberals out on Sanibel Island. It's an island with a $7 cover charge. And literally, it's a big old island, but you have to pay $7 to go across the toll bridge. And they're planning a big protest out there. It won't be that big, but it's like in the grass in front of their place or whatever. It was like, give me a break, whatever. No, you can't accuse them of being smart. I'll admit, this is the first time ever that we're starting to see protesters showing up in costumes, and all the blow-up costumes and all that, and yeah, I'm not much on what we're doing with these Venezuelan boats either, to be honest with you. I'm not much on it, but I really like most of what Trump does. But there is a few things he's done that I don't agree with, and this is one of them, and it's fine. It's okay. I can live with it. It's all right. Nobody's perfect. So what I did, I moved my big radios are over by the door. Oh, here she is. Say hi to everybody. My sick little girl. That is my sick little girl. She is so thin right now. Look at the bones sticking out right here. You guys, I asked for your prayers last night, and she came home today. So I don't know if I need to thank you or not, but I'm going to anyway. She's such a sweet little girl. Come here. Oh my goodness. Such a sweet little thing. She was completely feral when she walked up there 6 or 7, 8 years, I don't know how many years ago. And she's just a great little kitty. You want to go back on the table? There you go. She's just a good little kitty, aren't you? Sick little girl. It's a sinus infection. And these cats are inbred. These cats are like neighborhood cats. They're like inbred. And their sinuses are all messed up. And these sinus infections are what takes them out. I've had 4 or 5 cats die here from sinus infections. It's not that unusual. Of course, I've been here 14 years, so it's, Yeah, the pro-Trump stuff is going to go on at the same time, and I'm telling you guys, we talked about it down here on Conservative Talk Radio about people that are going to go out and they're going to be pro-American. They're going to go out in memory of Charlie Kirk. They're going to go out there and support their president and what he's doing to get this country back on track, and I really like that. Read every town. We have 80 locations, including 3 in my viewing area here in Southwest Florida. Why don't you go sit down, baby girl? No, why don't you go sit down? You're not feeling good. Food's over there. She is not. I'm just letting her stay in. She's living in here right now. I'm not letting her out. I'm not letting her run away again. I've got all kinds of different foods I bought for her. And I'm just going to try my best to get her back. I don't know. Sometimes when they come home like this, I can get them back, and sometimes I can't. If I can't get her to eat and drink, I'll take a few days and I'll give her, I'll force water and food down her with an eyedropper, and then if that doesn't work, then I have to go put her down. Um, yes, I agree, Dominic. Um, Yeah, Red. I mean, a lot of these are going to be peaceful, and I'm not sitting here saying that Saturday is going to be the end of the world. All these protests have been very benign, very malender, very, I don't know what other word you want to use, kind of lackluster. How about that? And so, I don't really expect a whole lot. But then again, we're getting reports that they're expecting crowds of thousands in places that have never had protests before. So if it may be, um, there you go. Well, and I when I started working at Fox News, I would take, back then we had a recorder box and a microphone with a flag on it that said Fox News, and I would go out. I would go to Obama rallies and I'd walk around the crowd, and I don't know. I don't, looking back on it now, I'm like, why am I not dead? I don't know, but um, I wouldn't do it today. I would not do it today. I wouldn't. I don't wear my Fox shirt around that much. I mean, seriously, if I'm going to go downtown and have drinks or something, which I never do, or if I'm going to go out or I'm going to go somewhere, anywhere, um, where I might run into a bunch of leftists, I won't wear my Fox News shirt because I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Um, Mega Million, I don't ever look at the lottery, but yeah, thank you. Thanks for putting it in there. You guys are always welcome to report stuff in the chat room. Cruise ship. Oh, okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Yeah, Victor, I agree. Helicopters and the people trained to fly them are all very expensive. And I know, sweetie, you look so bad. But she's moving all around. I mean, I just got to get her eating and drinking. I don't know if she's eating or drinking. Um, I'll have some family in this weekend a little bit, so it'll be more people here to help me take care of her. That's right. You'll be all right. You tough girl. Oh, the upper left screen. That's a shooting situation. I don't know exactly what's going on. Um, I swear, I'm trying to figure it out here, but it was some kind of shooting situation at a school. But I actually believe that they're about to clear it. That I think it's over. They found out there was no shooting. It was either a hoax or there was shots fired, but nobody was hit. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, yeah. There is no protest near my house. They're all in South Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Sanibel Island, Naples, and Naples, down in Collier County. So, yeah, they're all. Hey, Peace Frog. Yeah, they're all down there. And I don't expect huge rallies down here, and I expect decent sized counter rallies. I know the GOP's involved down here, and I think there's going to be counter rallies. In like I said, in honor of Charlie Kirk and what he did, and hey Susan, how you doing? Um, oh, see, she's wanting me to love on her, so I know she's feeling better today. She hid for 5 days. This is what cats do. We do the same thing when we're sick. We go in our bedroom and close the door and we hide from everybody. We do the same thing when we're sick. We don't want to be around people. The difference is when they go hide, I can't give her any medicine. I can't treat her. I can't make sure she's eating. So she was gone for almost 5 days, like 4.5 days. And she has actually dropped several pounds. It's amazing how quick they drop the weight. Yeah, it's all right, baby girl. It's all right. She just keeps looking at me. She doesn't know what's wrong. They don't understand sickness. All they know is they feel like shit, and there's nothing they can do to make it any better. I'm keeping her in here. I keep her in here at night too. I'll lock her in here when I go to bed. I'm only in bed for 6 hours, and I'm back out here in the morning, so she'll be fine. I'm gonna make her a little litter box for in here. I don't know if she'll use it. She's a feral cat. I'm gonna put it right by. She was a feral cat years ago, but she's never litter boxed. Most of my house, the cats have the run of the house. They have a cat door, and they can get into my house. Now my bedroom, I got the big master bedroom and bathroom. I got 2 cats in there that are still pretty young, and I'm afraid if I let them out, they'll get run over. So I'm still keeping them in there with litter boxes. But she's never been on a litter box. She goes in the house, but she goes outside to shit. So I don't know if she's going to use a litter box. I'm trying to remember if I've done one with her before. Usually, if you put the litter box on the path to where they want to go shit, like outside, like put it right in front of the door, a lot of times they'll do it because it's convenient. And I'm hoping that she'll probably do that. That's right. But I don't really care. Whatever. I'll clean it up. I'm just glad she's alive. I kind of wrote her off, I got to admit. All right, lots of folks in here. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. My name's Ian, and I'd give you a shot of the studio, but it's an absolute dump in here tonight, so I'm not going to. I got 3 computers I've cycled off, and I'm going to be doing some updates on those and getting them back on for the weekend. And I've got stuff stacked up over there, so we'll leave that for tomorrow. But I've got a full studio here. I got 9 broadcast computers. 2 of them are supercomputers. This over here is my Linux machine. What we're doing, let me tell you how the broadcast plan's going to work, since there's so many people in here tonight. And thank you, everybody, for being here. On Saturday, we are going to broadcast multiple streams. Isn't that right, Kitty? Multiple streams. And what we're going to do is we're going to have one stream on this channel, on Starship Adventures, and that one is going to be broadcasting a stream on Starship After Dark. The reason we're doing this, I'm being completely transparent. I always show you guys behind the curtain, okay? I'm doing this because I need to get subs and I need to get viewer hours over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the grid with Chicago, Baltimore, wherever there's something going on, anywhere I can find a live feed. And I'm going to put the little tags on there so you know where you're looking at. And once that grid gets full, and I'm going to use the 9 grid, not the 6 or the 7 grid, but I'm going to use the 9 grid. Once that grid gets completely full, I'm going to start working on this machine, and I'm going to fill that grid with 8 more live videos, and the bottom one again is me. So no matter which channel you're watching, you will hear me, you'll hear my commentary, okay? And on each system, I'm going to be able to pot up natural sound and scanner feeds. So we're going to have all kinds of great information on the coverage this weekend. This all starts Saturday morning, and I'm going to run it clear through Saturday evening, Saturday night. I will have to reset the stream at 11 hours and 50 minutes, and then we will continue right on broadcasting. For those that don't know, if you run a video over 12 hours, they do not save it. YouTube does not save it to memory, and it's gone. It's lost forever. So we always make sure we recycle. I actually set an alarm to make sure that I recycle my video at 11 minutes and 45 or 50 seconds. Or I mean 11 hours and 45 or 50 minutes to make sure that it's there for posterity, because it's one of the more comprehensive coverages you're going to get. If you guys notice, back here I've got another OBS studio. Those are all the volumes for all the different screens and the mic. there I am in the corner right there. The reason I'm in the corner right there is because this camera sends to both computers. Isn't that awesome? So I got one camera, two computers. Both of them have my audio also on both sides of the thing. And then each computer, I have the ability to split the natural sound or the scanner feeds between the left and right ear. If I hear that a town, the scanner feed is getting good, I'll bring that up and we'll be able to hear it. I'm also using QCast technology, which is that program that Jake and I built and that we've been working on now for a few months, where it actually records the scanner traffic and then plays it back. And that way there's no overlapping and there's no mistransmissions and there's very little dead air. All right, so there we go. That's going to be the coverage for Saturday. And I'm really, I look, it is what it is. You know, I'm not in or out of any of this. You guys know that, you know, I think it's a bit ridiculous, but I'm covering it because that's what there is. The people on the left want to see it, and the people on the right want to see it, and the people in the middle that are concerned for our country want to see it. So I'm going to cover it. Her and I are going to be there. We're going to be covering it all weekend, especially Saturday, the whole day, the whole night. And it'll be on 2 different channels. So if you have 2 TVs or a TV and a laptop or a TV and a computer, if you really want to get into the coverage this weekend, you want to have 2 devices with bigger screens, and you'll be able to see as many as 18 different views, and even a few of those will be split into smaller screens. So you'll be able to see as many as probably 18 or 20 views of what's going on all at the same time, along with all kinds of different audio feeds. So it's going to be really cool. The other channel is Starship After Dark. If you guys could go over there and hit a sub on there, I'd appreciate it. Let me see if I can get that link here for you. There we go. It's all right, Kitty. I got it. All right, here we go. I'm so glad that she's here. I thought she was dead. I really did. And she may still. I don't know. But at least I got a shot. Okay. Obtuse Man, thank you for being here. Root Man, welcome in. And I think I've said hi to pretty much everybody else. Hey, Dominic. Yep, lots of people in. Susan, the Peace Frog, everybody, thank you very much for coming in. Great numbers tonight, and we are definitely ramping up. But there's that link to Starship After Dark, and all you got to do is go over there. I don't have hardly anything streaming over there right now. I got Baltimore. Baltimore's the only thing I got up right now. I will have as many as 8 live feeds at the same time going on over there. And on Saturday, one of them's going to be me doing that second feed. And you're probably saying, why would you not do them both on this channel? They would get more hits. Well, yeah, they probably would get a few more hits. But what I really need to concentrate on this weekend, I want to get this backup channel up over the hump here. But also, this channel should do great this weekend. So I'm hoping to break 20,000 subs this weekend. I know that's a little aggressive. I've had as many as 5,000 subs in one day. It's kind of amazing. Brooke Trout 215, thank you for joining. Welcome aboard the crew. I appreciate that. And it's going to be good. It'll be fun. If you're in the breaking news, this is going to be a great weekend. I'm going to be in and out. I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going on. I'm going to do about every 30 minutes. I'm going to do a news roundup, a news update, and I will try to stay with things. If I see a certain town starting to heat up, starting to get tussles going on, or rock throwing or something, clashes between the different sides, then I will go to that town and both look for cameras. And then once I get some cameras, I will then go and look for scanner feeds and everything else. So some towns like Portland, all the law enforcement is scrambled. Towns like Chicago, I can get you downtown feeds. I can get you citywide, but you don't hear much. because they're all down there on specialty channels that are not being scanned and broadcast over the internet. Dr. Bamboo, welcome this evening. I assume you're a doctor, or is it just Dr. Bamboo? I don't know. Let's see here. We'll assume you're a doctor. All right, let's see here. All right, great numbers tonight. They're seeing you, baby girl. She don't even realize that I'm broadcasting around the world right now. She's quite calm tonight. Yeah. For those just joining us, this cat's name is Mama Bleeper. I know that's a stupid name, but she's a mama cat. She had a litter of cats, and before we got her fixed, and her tongue's always hanging out. Always. Almost always. And so we started calling her Bleeper because she's bleeping all the time. And so we call her Mama Bleeper. She has become one of my very special cats, and she disappeared 5 days ago. She started getting congested and sick and disappeared. That's what they do. And last night I asked you guys to say a prayer for her on the way to bed, and I guess it worked because she come wandering out this morning, meowing at me. And I've got her all her food and stuff, and I'm gonna try to nurse her ass back to hell. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, there's all kind. You know, something else I've been trying to find. I'm being told by you guys that Antifa and the left operations are being done on MERS channels. That's the multi-use radio service called MERS. There's 5 channels, and it's weird because I tried to find receivers in these big cities, and I can't find anywhere where they have a receiver that will receive MERS that I can pick up. So it kind of sucks. If we had more time, I could build a couple of receivers and mail them to people, but we don't have the time for that this time. But yeah, Doc Bamboo, I think she'll be okay, but she is very sick. It could go either way right now. I'm just being realistic. But I'm keeping her in here now in the air conditioning, so she's not out in that night air all night. And I'm putting, like I said, I'm gonna make her a little litter box. She's got all kinds of food and water in here, wet food, and I'm gonna feed everybody up again before I go to bed. So she'll get more wet food before I go to bed. Isn't that right? I don't think she ate a few bites of it. I don't know. A nickname that stuck. All my cats have weird names. I got a cat named Ed Earl. He's named after Burt Reynolds' part in The Great Little Whorehouse of Texas. And that's what the sheriff's name was Sheriff Ed Earl. And so I've got a cat named Earl, and that's what I call him. I call him Ed. Ed. And then we got another one named Ted, so that gets a little confusing. I got a cat named Ed and a cat named Ted. I'm sure the next one will be Paul. But anyway, and then I got one of them, we called them Littles because it was a whole batch of these kittens we got all at one time. And we adopted them all out except the very last one. And we would call them the Littles because there was like four of them. And we would just refer to the batch of them as the Littles because they didn't have names. Well, once all the other ones were adopted, the last one just became Littles. And that's when we call him Littles. And so they all, like Daddy Kitty, he was actually Broken Leg Kitty. He wandered up here with a broken freaking leg really bad. It was twisted off, and it was bad. And we tried to catch him to go take him and put him down, and we couldn't get him. And he went away because we were trying to catch him. He ran away again, He wasn't our cat. He wandered up with a broken leg, and we ended up. He ended up leaving and coming back 3 or 4 months later, walking on that leg like nothing had ever happened. And then we realized this cat loves kittens. This male cat. We got him fixed. He starts helping us raise all the kittens that we adopt. We adopt batches of kittens every now and then. We don't do it anymore. We weren't doing it up till 2 years ago. We adopt a batch of kittens, and then we get them all adopted out, or at least most of them. But anyway, so he became our daddy kitty, and then the other ones, Mama Stripe and Fuzzy Mama, they're all like, they get named what they are, because these are feral cats that just come wandering up. And Shadow Lynn, they all have to have a middle name, so they all have 2 names. Isn't that right, little girl? That's what I thought. Okay. All right, so what do we got going on tonight? Well, the tropics, still quiet. They are now saying, they are now putting that whole thing we were watching on the thing. They are actually putting this on the map now. Look at that. There it is. There's your 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. And look at that. They've got they got that splotch on there. And this one here, I'll tell you, I can't hardly see to type with you there, little girl. This blob here is going to have to be watched. Now notice the distance between the X. Let me show you some little tricks on what this shows you. First of all, there's an X. Anytime you have an X, they already have a plot. They know about where the center is. They know about where the low is. If they don't show an X, then they don't even really know where it is right now. But they do. Hey, Donald, thank you for joining. Welcome aboard. So that's why the X is there, because they actually know that this is about where the center of this is now. They don't expect any activity in this area right here. So for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, they're not expecting any development at all. However, after we get past this and we get into the area here denoted in yellow, once we get into that area, now we're talking about, I don't know, let me see if they, I think they'll put it here. Let me see here. This is the report. Yeah, this is going to go through the Windward Islands and all that. Why don't you go lay down? No, you going to stay here with me? Okay, so there you go. That's what we're looking at. And the other one is not a problem. I wouldn't even worry about the other one. But they are putting the formation of this one is at 30%. So 30% it could form when it's in that area right there. Now, is this a threat to the United States? It is in a way, but many of the models that pick it up, it coming through here like this, many of the models that pick this up end up wanting to turn it out to sea again. Matter of fact, some of the models I saw were taking it up this way, and many of them were taking it up this way. So there's a pretty good chance. I gotta clean you up, I think. Why don't you go down there? Okay, come on, baby. I gotta do this. Why don't you go down there? There you go. Alright, so there we go. And let's go ahead while we're here, and I'll go ahead and run the models. Here's the GFS. Let's run this model out and see what happens. There, see, it starts to pick it up down there. This is late to pick it up. And then look, it immediately brings it up out to sea. So that's the big difference. Is there is look what happens to the Bermuda high. You guys see that? Okay, this high out here, this is the Bermuda high. See it out here sitting out there? And this is the Bermuda high. So what ends up happening is, if this pulls off in this direction, it creates an instability here, and the storms will tend to move out and follow it. And that's basically what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and run. We'll run another one here just to see what happens. Okay, so let's run this back, and let's check. Oh, that's the one we're on right now, idiot. All right, here's the Canadian model. Let's run this out. Look, see, the Canadian model picks it up right away. Look at that, almost immediately. Genesis right here. We got Genesis right around the islands. And then it's going to come up. And then look at that. It gets all messed up. And then pulls off and goes out to sea. So again, the United States may actually be spared this storm yet again. Let's look at the euro. The euro's been very conservative this year. So let's run this back. Let's try this out here. All right, so what we got going on? Nothing. It starts to form down there. It doesn't go out quite as far as some of the other models do. So again, it's not really that big a concern, but we do have two areas to watch out there. The other one up there is not a concern at all. This northern one up here is not a concern to anybody. Probably won't form at all. Definitely would not worry about that one at all. All right, so let's take a look over at radar Omega. We don't have any severe thunderstorms going on anywhere in the country. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the full country radar here so we can see what everything looks like in motion. The circles you see on the map, those are just, truthfully, those are just cameras. Every one of these is a camera I can click on and pull up with weather data. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So, but yeah, this is radar Omega. There's really nothing going on tonight. There's no storm chasers out, and it's very calm. Not a lot going on tonight. All right, I'm going to open the chat. Does anybody have something they want to bring up? I do have one other thing here that I'm going to do. Let's see here. There we go. I knew it was here. All right, multiple CMEs are inbound. What this basically means is there's been some energy released from the sun. It's en route in this direction. Active sunspot 4246 has been puffing coronal mass ejections towards Earth, at least 3 of them. Although the CMEs are individually somewhat faint and relatively slow, they could combine to cause a G2 class geomagnetic storm when they arrive on October 16th. So that's tonight. If such storm materializes, auroras could descend into a dozen or more northern tier U.S. states. So there is a chance of auroras tonight, guys. That's the news there. There's a chance of auroras tonight. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is Comet Lemon. Comet Lemon is approaching what they call closest pass. It's going to be making its closest approach to Earth. Okay, and as it makes this closest approach, it's going to brighten, and the brightening comet has already reached plus 4.5, making it an easy target for off-the-shelf cameras. Here's a quick shot. This guy took a picture of it. I'll show you here in just a second. Um, at closest approach, the comet will will be at zero point 0.6 AU. Now, as you guys know from watching the channel, AU stands for astronomical unit. And that doesn't just mean a big old huge thing. Astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So if it's 0.6, that means it is 60% the distance between here and the Sun from here to that object, and that's how you would do that. So it's 0.6 astronomical units away. That's not super close, but it's near enough to bring it into the naked eye visibility range at a third or fourth magnitude. Even cell phones with night sky photo settings should be able to capture it. You can download programs that allow your phone to take lightning pictures, allows your phone to take celestial pictures. And what you do when you download these programs is you put your phone on a tripod and you hit the button, and it waits a second, and then it opens the shutter, and it keeps the shutter open for a period of time, and then it shuts it. Does the same thing that the old film cameras would do. They would expose the film. Well, what this does, it opens up, and it takes it'll take hundreds of pictures, and it will stack them on top of each other, allowing you to see things that were too dim to see in a regular picture. And it works, and you can get that for a regular cell phone. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, with these kind of things, you would be able to take photographs of this comet. It is going to be a naked eye comet. Hey Bitcoin, welcome back. And JM, I mentioned it earlier. No, I don't know of any updates. I'm still waiting for some good pictures from all that equipment we've got on Mars. Why does it take them so long to release stuff? They got to make sure there's nothing good in it. That's what it is. Yeah. The people that protest, yeah, the people that are protesting need to, I don't know, when they get violent, it messes up their message and their cause. When they all show up in cartoon characters and act like they're screwing each other in the butt, that hurts their cause. These are the things I just don't quite understand what they're doing. What are they doing? Don't you want to be looked at as serious? But I don't think so. I think these are all just high school and college kids coming out and playing the game. And some of them are anarchists, unfortunately, and I think we're going to see some of that this weekend. Well, that could go a bunch of different ways. All right. Anyway, so if you want to see Comet Lemon, look for Comet Lemon low in the northwestern sky after sunset. This is an evening comet, not a morning comet. That makes it nice. So you, in the evening, right at dark, in twilight, you're going to be looking in the northwestern sky. It's relatively low altitude. And you need to have a dark sky location, but it will provide an opportunity to frame it. You want to frame it with something in the foreground if you can. Yeah, well, there's only been very small select groups of people protesting, and last weekend the leftists kept hurting different people over in the conservative side. It was really starting to get old. I'm really hoping that that everybody's peaceful. There's counter protests. We've got 80 No Kings rallies set up in Florida right now, and more being added all the time. And then we've got now counter protests that are all trying to get together and counter protest all these protests. Yeah, Canada Club. It does seem like we're getting close to that whole digital thing. Um, that figures, huh? Bitcoin. Oh my God, that figures. All right, let me see if there's anything else going on in here. I got to get up early in the morning. I got to get up. I got to get up early in the morning. I gotta do a bunch of stuff tomorrow. I got to go out and see mom tomorrow. I got to do 2 broadcasts tomorrow. So long day. So I'm going to be on about 20 or 30 more minutes, and then I'm going to be signing off tonight. I'm not going to be on really late tonight. There's not a lot going on. I'm watching the protesting, and there's just really not a lot going on. So, but I'm going to watch the chat room if there's something you guys want to talk about. I don't get into deeply religious topics. I consider myself spiritual, non-religious. However, I do believe in the religions as being significant and important. But I prefer to be totally spiritual. Good is always better than evil, and I believe in the rules of karma and reincarnation. I don't know what that makes me exactly. I tell people I'm spiritual, non-religious, and that's how I describe it. So there you go. Now you know. And by the way, I support religion. I think it's a good thing. I think kids should be grown up with it. I think it's a good thing. I have no issues with it. It may just not exactly be my thing. Oh my God, we've got a Teletubby. Jesus, it's the red Teletubby. Who let that thing out? Is that one of the Chippendales, or is that some rabbit squirrel? I couldn't tell. Yeah, the crab is back. What are you going to do? I believe the right one's Chicago, the left one's Portland, and I believe they're both live. And I don't know who the guy is up in the upper corner there. I'm working on replacing him right now. Let me see if there's anybody else up. Uh-oh. It may be a lot of the same shots, but Portland Andy's up. I'll put him up for a few minutes. Portland Andy goes live. He's got 1,800 people watching him right now. That guy, man, he does good. I like him though. I don't mind telling people about his channel because I like him. Lots of shots, but a lot of them are dupes. Trump dancing. I'm telling you, I think there's going to be so many cameras this weekend, I won't know what to do. There will literally be hundreds of streams going out. And I'm going to just keep rotating streams as quick as I can, keeping everything live. It's going to be cool. Hey, Lone Silencer. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. All right. Lots of different shots there. By the way, the two right above me here, Times Square and Bourbon Street, New Orleans. Just kind of checking out what else is going on out there. Everything else is either Portland or Chicago. Was she worried about COVID? No, she's worried about her parents seeing her stupid ass out there. I'll be right back. All right. Humans are silly. Hey, Aaron. Aaron Capricorn. Um, yeah, well, a lot of these people wait until it gets dark because they want to see what's going to happen. And they know, even if they're not the anarchists themselves, they know that if enough people show up, that the anarchists will be bolstered by that, and then things will start to happen, and that's what they want. It's all just a process. The motorized delivery buckets, I think that's so cool. I don't think it would work around here though. That bucket would have 50 miles on it. The nearest restaurant to my house is like 4 or 5 miles away. Though I'm sure those are made for very densely populated areas. It's pretty cool though. I saw it. Your phone will get a QR code, and you go down to get your food, and you hold your phone in front of it, and it reads the code and goes, "Yeah, you're the right person," and it opens the lid for you. I think it's pretty cool. Canna Club. I normally would agree with you, but the media has been almost non-existent. No local media, no national media. Whether you're talking CNN, the Communist News Network, or MSLSD, or whether you're talking about Fox News, or whether you're talking about the nightly newses, whatever you're talking about, they're not out there. They're not out there. Fox Chicago, NBC Chicago, they're not out there. I don't know what's going on. No choppers, no news crews. They're not covering this. I think liberalism and crazy is going out of style. It's kind of weird. I'm figuring they've got to cover this, right? They got to, but no, not so much. Which is kind of cool because it pushes people over to this kind of coverage or different kind of coverage here on YouTube. Look at the frogs. This is the left. This is their serious protest. Because remember, they're serious, right? I mean, they're serious, you know? some of these are duping. Let's see if we can take some natural sound. Since we'll be here for a few more minutes, let's see if this is what we're going to be doing on Saturday. We're going to do scanners and natural sound. My God, it has to play the ad, huh? No way around it. So they're supposedly protesting because they feel that a dictator has taken over their country and the future is bleak, and this is how they show it. Freaking dancing unicorn. Look at this, dude. What in the F? What is going on? It's wacko. Did I slip into an alternate universe? Does Leonard Nimoy have a beard in this reality? Well, deploribus, I think anonymity is part of what they're doing in these costumes. I do. These frogs are going to be tired by the end of the night. Oh, poor little kitty. Portland, Chicago. By the way, the test I did last night with both channels worked perfectly. My show went out completely over on that channel, and all the views I had up stayed up. This is going to be great on Saturday. I'm telling you, we're going to have 2 streams up, both of them with completely different content, except I'll be on both of them. I don't know. I haven't seen Godzilla. She is sound asleep over there. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what I need as my sound effects. Guys, don't forget to hit that hit that subscribe button. It makes a big difference here on YouTube. And make sure that you hit the bell on this channel and then hit the sub button over on our backup channel. That's where we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff on Saturday. We are going to do a bunch of stuff over there on Saturday. So please go ahead and hit subscribe on that too. But don't hit the notification bell on the After Dark channel. Only hit that here on this channel, because this channel is all hosted. That channel is mostly unhosted, and it's constantly going off. So don't hit the bell on that one. Only hit the bell on this one. All right. Anyway.
Come on, man.
Seriously. Yep, it looks like it's gonna be a typical little night down there. They do this just about every night. They're doing this. Maybe 50 or 100 people gather up, and then of course it's been getting bigger on the weekends, because that's when the whole thing goes on mostly. Let's hear some sounds of what's going on. Oh, hey, Lloydine. Thanks for joining the crew. Welcome aboard.
Okay. When I come maybe around here without the music. We're live to okay. When I come maybe around here without the music.
Not really a lot of natural sound. I'm trying not to take too much of that that music.
Just try.
The community. What Portland has provided for me, I have to give back and fight for her, because these people are doing shit illegally. Pardon my language.
You're good.
But I'm doing it in a way that's peaceful and showing people that we are not what the media perpetuates.
Sane.
I believe it's considered the style of protesting is legitimate protesting, which we use a lot of humor, and and this is what we're doing. We're just trying to get people that do not belong here out of here, and we're doing it in a humorous way. And at the end of the day, nobody should really fear a frog suit, walking the streets of Portland, and we're just too baked up out of our minds to really do anything out here anyway. we love Portland, and we're going to fight for her like she's fighting for us.
That's a great message, man. I did speak to the police earlier about assaults out here. There have been a few assaults, and the other side will often say that the protests are violent, and that especially at night things get rowdy. But then when I interview your side, you say the violence is really from the state. When they come out with the pepper spray and the soldiers, how do you feel about that? Do you see violence on both sides, or?
I've only seen the violence on my side, because they're like pushing people. They're like trying to go after the ones that they deem that are weaker. And so like a day or two ago, I was out here. One of my friends who was blind, they got violently pushed by them. So I went around and said to security, I was like, whatever I say to the motherfucker, I was like, Joe, let me take care of this. You're not going to touch me. Let me take care of this. I stared him straight in the eye. I said, let's get this thing taken care of. Got him up on the side. I just day I'd post. And, you know, that's what I'm doing is I'm posting myself between the people that they're going to deem weak to them. And, you know, if they're gonna touch somebody, they're gonna have to touch somebody that's...
So you feel like you're out here as a defender almost to keep the peace?
In a peaceful way, but if it comes to a certain line and they get too violent, then we do have the right to defend ourselves.
Have you personally been assaulted at all? Have you experienced any violence?
I've had a couple of these officers like shove me yesterday and stuff like that, and
Dude, what is that hat he's wearing? It's like crocheted or some shit.
you know, hero, and they're doing it because they feel...
No, Caleb, they don't. They don't understand what they're doing. They're all out there protesting for slightly different things, and they don't really have a unified voice. But that's all right. I mean, I agree with their right to protest. They could do a lot better job of you know, doing it so that their message would be heard. But that's all right. All right, guys. Listen, I'm gonna call it a little early tonight, if that's all right. We got a big weekend coming up. I got company coming into town. I got a full day tomorrow. I got to get up early in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. It's been fun tonight. The numbers have been great tonight. We've got the algorithmic advantage back. Everything's going really well. I got the computers going good. I got the sound bar button going good. Because the more you know. And I also have the other computer all going, ready to go, set to go. And so tomorrow will be all this other crap I have to do, and then Saturday morning I'm getting up early again, and I'm going to come out here Saturday morning, and I'm going to get all this streams going for Saturday. It's going to be a big day, and we'll see you guys on there. So that's going to be that. Guys, I do appreciate everybody coming in tonight and bearing with me as we're making a few changes here and getting ready for this Saturday. Make sure you check us out this Saturday. Let people know we're going to be live this Saturday. If you guys have any place where you post stuff or on your social media or anything, I don't normally ask for a lot, but it'd be great if you guys could put out something to let people know that both on Starship, Jesus Christ, just shut up, that on Starship Adventures and Starship After Dark, we're going to have live content on both channels during the day and the night on Saturday. Hey, Pete, what's up? Yep, good night, everybody. All right, it's been fun, live from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. This has been the Sights and Sounds of Earth. My name's Ian, call sign KO4EFS. And it's been my pleasure to be your host tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And then on Saturday, we will be on for the entire day and night, wall-to-wall coverage on multiple streams. So check it all out. And then back on Sunday, if nothing else, Sunday at 9 p.m. for our regular evening stream. We're on every night, pretty much, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the Sights and Sounds of Earth. All right, everybody, have a good one out there. We'll see you tomorrow night. Signing off. 7 3s. Have a good one, guys. Be safe.